So women, if you just look at the world, if you look at business, if you look at the type of things I hear women say they want, you need other people.
You do.
See, 'cause this is what I always think, right? This is what I was taught. Interdependence.
Mm-hmm.
We need each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I shouldn't be independent. You should be
Right.
independent. We need each other.
It's a perfect situation.
I couldn't even come on this camera and talk about myself.
Right.
I mean, I
You
could,
could.
but it ain't gonna be as good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nobody want to hear me talk all the time.
I agree. I feel like women and men, like the women and men, a woman and a man's connection
Mhm.
to me is like it can create something powerful. Like I've seen, I've seen women and men like build empires together.
Yeah.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Welcome to the Shut Up Sean podcast, and today I have the wonderful, the elegant. Look at that! Look at the way her hair curling down. The amazing Miss MONAE, the marketing specialist.
Hello.
And please introduce yourself, ma'am.
Hello, guys. I'm MONAE. I am a marketing strategist, like he said. I specialize in marketing for small businesses, organic marketing, and systems and automation. So I pretty much, I'm going to help you grow the business as long as you're ready to put in the work.
Mm.
Okay?
Come on now. See, people they ain't ready for automation. Like I think that's where a lot of people leaving efficiency off in their businesses.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure. I feel like people, they really have a hard time letting go of certain parts of the business.
Yeah.
And then in the same token, they like, but I want to have a 6-figure business. But then when you go look at these business models, they have everybody doing everything, and all they're doing is standing in the front as a CEO.
You feel me?
I think people are forgetting what a CEO is, right?
Exactly. I sit in the chair. I answer 2 phone calls a day.
Right?
Everybody else handle the other ones.
Yeah.
So your job is to make sure that people get to that point.
Get to that point, exactly. Get to the point of being able to scale the business, be able to hire a team because you have a process that you can plug people in.
Thanks.
And that comes with streamlining your systems. But to even get to that, to be able to streamline a system, you got to have cash flow. You got to have people. You got to have traffic. You got to have people to come and go in the system. So that's why I teach marketing, because I'm like, y'all got to get the people. We got to get the people into the funnel.
Thanks.
And then when they start feeling you a little bit, you build your community up. That's when it's like, okay, MONAE, I need some automations. They kicking my door down. So that's like the point I try to help people build their business up to.
Okay.
Yes.
Hey, listen, that's all. Hey, we're going to have to talk after this. You feel me? I need some automations.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Okay. All right. And then, this month is Women's Month.
Women's Month.
I love y'all. I
love
love y'all
us.
so much. And sometimes this might seem like I don't, but I swear, I love y'all so much. That's why I'm harsh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But today, I wanted to talk about one thing. I wanted to talk about one thing with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that in order for a woman to be strong, they have to be independent? Now, I asked that question because I ain't never heard, most of the time I hear, I'm a strong, independent woman.
Right?
Not I'm a strong woman, just I'm a strong, independent woman.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think, just tell me what you think, just off the rip.
I don't think strong means you have to be independent. I really don't. I feel like if you are independent, then yeah, you are strong.
Yeah.
Because doing stuff by yourself is hard.
Facts.
But when you think about the way that God made us, He made us to where when it's time to make a baby, it's 2 people, right?
You don't need a man then.
You're gonna need 2 people, right? And when it's
Facts.
time to nurture that baby, you need somebody to help you. Everything in this world, like whatever you do, it's better when you doing it together with somebody else. Like even running my business, to me, like I used to be that girl. I didn't want to give nobody a piece of my business. I was like, I built this. Why should somebody come in and be able to get paid and they ain't do the groundwork? Why should I add an employee and I'm not gonna get all of my money at that point because I gotta pay them? Well, when I did that, it helped me operate more as the CEO because I'm like, I'm gonna hire you for your zone of genius. I don't want to do your part.
Wait,
right?
hold on now. So you saying you can't even be independent in business?
Definitely can't. I'm
Not
like,
scale, right?
yeah, not to scale. For me, where my independence is me having the vision. Nobody has my vision.
Okay.
So it's like, even when I go out and I do like my competitor research or even whatever my competitive advantage is, I'm able to focus on how can I continue to come out on top of my competitors. But if I'm sending emails, making graphics, making websites, doing all of the systems, how can I focus on being better than my competitor if as soon as I get a client, now everything stops on the front end because I got to do everything.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, by your damn self.
Yeah, exactly.
Why do you think it's so popular? The concept of wanting to be independent.
I think because it's been something that people have seen or heard in like I blame everything on the rap game. I ain't gonna hold you.
Don't talk about Boosie like that.
I'm just being real. Like I blame everything on the rap game. What we hear in them songs and what the men like, and females feeling like, oh, I don't need nobody to do nothing for me. I feel like even that narrative have changed though, because now we're in a space where people are now on dudes who don't want to do for women. Like now that's the topic. Like, oh, you need to be able to do this, and this for me. So it's like the independent thing. I think that was like back when, like before the pandemic. Now.
Oh, the pandemic.
Now the girls want everything paid for them. They don't want to be independent, and
they
it's
want
just
that
like
soft life.
Yeah, I feel like it's so popular though because people want to be the person that's like, they grind and they hustle for this life. And I don't want to live a hustle life. I want to live a life of like fulfillment. I want to feel fulfilled. I don't want to feel like I got to hustle and bustle for the rest of my life because I want to do everything by myself. And I also think people have a hard time with taking constructive criticism. Nobody wants to be told about themselves and don't want to be told what to do. Exactly. So it's like at that point, CEOs have COOs and they have operations managers. Most operations managers know more about the business
than the actual CEO.
The CEO.
They the ones in there. Well, they're not doing it every day either, but they're closer to it.
They're closer. They're looking at all of the holes in the business. They're looking at what team members do we need. They're looking at the sales, what they looking like, what the email list. They are taking over a big part of the business. But it's like, I think people got it confused because like I said, I'm gonna blame it on the entertainment because that's what people say. Like, oh, I need me somebody who, come with this. And I get it. You want somebody to come with a little bit so you don't have to give all of what you have.
Yeah.
As a male. Like males feel like, a woman should come with something because I need to see that you are,
See, but it ain't the things that we want you to come with ain't what a lot of women be mentioning when they saying they're independent.
They independent, right?
Yeah,
so what do they be? What they be saying? I ain't never
be nice. Be nice to me.
Yeah.
Be nice. Make sure I'm satisfied sexually, mentally.
Yeah.
Cook me some food.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah. They be saying they independent in like the areas like you said that don't even
matter.
I never said that I needed you to be independent there.
At all. I don't need you to make $1 million.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's
like
dope.
that.
It's cool.
Yeah.
That's a plus. But that ain't my money anyway.
Yeah.
If you make it, you're in a relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you make $1 million, is it his money?
No, it's mine.
Yeah, you might can use it for the relationship. It's the relationship.
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, if the relationship break, what?
We walking away with that million.
You feel me? So,
right?
Is it because it's the other on the other side? It's different.
Yeah.
If I make $1 million
and I don't make nothing.
Yeah.
Or a little bit of something.
Yeah, when I walk away, I need, you walk. You see how it's fucked
some
up?
of that. Yeah, it is different. I feel like I said, I feel like women have like this thing where to the next woman, they want to be looked at as the one with it all. Like,
there we go.
I don't think, because even me being in a relationship, like, I be like, I'm a baby when I get home. I'm like, yeah, I need this done. I want this. Like, that's just how I come off because all day I've been operating as the woman in power, the one that's helping other people. I don't want to get home and still have to dictate. Like, I want to be able to relax and be like.
But you don't seem very masculine.
Yeah, I'm not at all. Like, I'm very. But see, the thing is, because I run a business, I have a hard time with like letting go of certain tasks. So like with me having my daughter, I may run through the house like a Tasmanian devil, but I'm not like, babe, can you do this, do this, do this? Like, it used to be harder for me to ask for help because for me, to get here, I didn't really ask for help. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I built this and then I got to a certain point where I needed to delegate, and that's when I had to ask for help because like as of today, my team helped me get here. Yeah. But in 2021, I didn't have a team, and that was the furthest I was gonna go without a team. I wasn't gonna go no further because it was impossible. My sanity was being compromised. My daughter's relationship, Me and her relationship was being compromised. My relationship, my time with my loved ones, everything was being compromised. So it's like at that point, I'm like, I gotta choose. I gotta pick what I want to do.
And do you know when a lot of men say they don't like masculine women, that's the reason.
Right.
Because my time's gonna be compromised.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to work hard to provide for my woman, right?
Right.
So my time is automatically compromised. I don't want your time to be compromised too.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like, yeah, I could see that. I feel like, yeah, like if both people are operating, the woman is operating in her feminine and you are operating in your masculinity, then it's like at that point, y'all good.
It should be good.
At the time, it's like if you take away the masculinity side from a man, you are not like he now can't operate as himself.
Yeah.
So now it's like, how do he feel fulfilled? How do he feel confident in the relationship if he can't do anything for you? Like he can't open a door, he can't open a car door, he can't take you out.
Yeah, because you always got something to say. I can do it myself.
Yeah, and that's the part that I had to let go, like as a woman. But it didn't come with me feeling like I'm independent. It just subconsciously came from me being a CEO of my own company and managing my team and telling them what to do. And I have a 3-year-old. I'm telling her what to do 24/7. So it's like for me, I don't know. Like I also feel like it has something to do with how you were raised too.
Yeah,
like,
true. It has a lot to do with that.
Yeah, if you didn't like have much of help or not help, because I've had help from like my mom and my stepdad, but like I feel like for me socially, I'm a social butterfly. So it was hard for me to be accepted socially, meaning because I moved from Jersey to Atlanta and people like, you the new girl, what you want? Like we don't really rock with you. Yeah, you talk funny. Like why you say that like that? So I'm like, I had to create my own table, and I felt like from that point on, I did everything that I needed for me, for myself to be here today. Like, so I could see how it could be hard to let go and to not want to be independent in my situation, because if I look back at it, people left me for dead. Like they ain't really, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when you pick yourself up from a dark space, then you will be like, oh my God, yeah, I did this. I built this.
Yeah.
But
see, this is the danger, right? Especially in relationships. And because I think that we all need, and I would say that on the other side, like I was like, man, fuck that, I don't want no relationship. Fuck all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I realized, like, all right, bet if I truly want to be who I say I am, I gotta have a partner.
Yeah.
You got to, right? Because it's only so far in your life you can go by yourself.
Yes.
And so for the women that pick yourself up from that dark place, you're just gonna be picked up from a dark place, and that's it.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to need somebody.
You're gonna need you really are gonna need somebody, because like with me being a coach, like you think about it, I have a very authoritative title. Like I'm a coach. I'm not just, somebody out here doing graphics. I'm a coach. So I have my people who I have to, hey, go do this, go do this, go do that.
Let me ask you a question though. Do you feel like you lead in a masculine way in your business and with your coaching?
No, but I wish I did, because
think so?
I do. Only because when you talk masculinity, you talk more boundaries, like by default.
Yeah, true.
Now, women, of course, we're supposed to have boundaries, but because we are the nurturers, and because we are the one that understands, and because we are the one that, we want to be the one for you to run to and be able to, cry to and lean on my shoulder. That's naturally who we are. Sometimes those boundaries just go out the window. So that's the part of like, I know as a man, me dealing with men, I know like they don't really play the radio. They like, yeah, I don't like that. Like, and we not gonna do it. It's simple. However you want to take it, go take it. Take it that way. So I wish I had that part of like the masculinity, but as far as like everything else, no, I like being able to, relate to women and just, being able to be a girl's girl. Like I'm a girl's girl deeply down in my heart, because I just understand what it is like being a female in this world. Like
I think we just unpacked something. I think you just gave me like a theory or something. I had to look up to the sky and say this. Like, so I think the difference is, right? Even when, because I feel like women lead, but they lead in a feminine way. There's a way to do it. Sometimes, of course, you have to take certain aspects of masculinity, just like you said. But at the end of the day, you should be feminine. I think the problem, because when you go home, you can still be feminine. I think it's a problem that when a lot of women try to be masculine in their business, they can't come home and then be feminine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You want a song with that one. I ain't even think about that. Okay.
How can you?
Yeah, that's true. So it's probably easier for me to operate when I get home because I don't operate like that in my business. So it's not like I'm turning off a switch and becoming somebody else.
Exactly.
And you got the women who they operating it with masculinity and they like, yeah, now I got to turn off this hard switch within like 30 minutes of my dude coming home. I got to be different. So that's actually a great point.
And then now think we could take it further, right? Think about the dudes that they with, right? If you are that woman who has to be masculine, that means you have to work probably, right? Or you're in a position to where you want to work because you probably or have a lot. When you come home and your man be's masculine in any way, it's an attack. Because if I'm like, yo, can you do this for me? Just whatever. And you looking at me like, yo, nigga, I done had to make 47 phone calls. I done took 2 trips. I done dropped the kids off. I done do all this, but you come home and now it's a combative thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I could see that. I think, yeah, that's really a good point because, okay, for me, like when I come home, like I be wanting to, that's my moment. Like, well, I work from home. So he actually comes home. So when he comes home, that's actually my time. Like I said, I'm a baby. I'm a big baby when I get home. When he get home, everything wrong. Like, I need a hug. I need this because it's just like all day I've been pouring into people. Who gonna pour into me? These clients it ain't their job to pour into me. They paying me. So I have to be, up in the battlefield all day. And when he get home, I'm like, yeah, I'm about to put, I ain't gonna put everything on him because it don't really be that bad, but it just be, you need that reboot. Like you need something to help you restart
you want
the next
a man.
day.
You want your man. Girl, ain't nothing wrong with that. When he come home, you want your man. We need to teach for Women's Month. I want every woman to go home and want your man.
Yeah, it's okay. I think it's really okay to just be like I seen a conversation and it was like a woman was like she's not being submissive.
Yeah, I hate that.
And to me, there are levels. It is, but I feel like they be so like I'm not being submissive that it's like, so what do you want to date another girl? Like, and even then, you still have to be submissive. So it's like I feel like I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real because that's what it's all about.
Let them know.
It's daddy issues.
Talk about it, girl. Come on,
it's daddy issues. I'm just being real.
Get a little sip. I poured some wine in my snapper. Don't tell nobody.
It's daddy issues. Like I won't say my life is perfect. My dad, he's been in prison for years, and I have a stepdad that has been around since I was 9, and that's a blessing. But it's all about perception and how you want to move your life after certain things happen, after traumatic things happen. For me, I have a mom that was strong enough to, even though I had other things, I never lacked.
Yeah.
Even though my dad was in jail, I never lacked. Like she made sure to pour that love into me.
And she got married again.
Exactly. Yeah. So she put herself in a position for me to still see what is a man. I was only 9. Yeah. So I still was able to see what is a man supposed to be like. And I feel like watching my mom, that's why I say like it's either daddy issues or it's you, like how you were raised. Because watching my mom, I was 9 and she's been married for years now, but around that time, I've learned how to date because I see they don't do each other like they don't do all of the disrespect, they don't do the toxic, and I feel like that shapes what you even want out of life. Like I talk to my boyfriend, I'm like, babe, but my mom and my dad don't do that, and he like, yeah, you right. So it's like I always reference back. But think about somebody who don't have that reference. They came from a single parent home, or their mom may have passed, or their dad may have passed. Now they are only using their experiences to shape how they view things. And if they're not strong enough to like turn those experiences into lessons and they just turn it into like, oh, this is what's going to keep happening. Yeah. All dudes like this. That's the mindset they're going to keep because they don't have no guidance. Damn. Right? Yes. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it boils down to what do you really want out of life? Even without a mom, without a dad, like you can still pick yourself up from that.
True. Yeah. You can't really, I mean, those factors definitely go into it, but at a certain point, like, what you gonna do about it?
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Like I have a cousin. His mom passed away. His dad went back to prison, and then my grandma, which was his caretaker, she passed away.
Yeah.
Literally everybody, and he's only 21, 22.
Mm.
Everybody that he was looking for, they're all gone. And I try to remind him, like, because it's harder. I try to just remind him, like, you have to turn your pain into your passion. What do you want to do?
Thanks.
Like, what are you gonna do? Your story would be way more impactful if you just get to it. Like, let's get to it, because you got people like me. I didn't have to go through that. So if you sit me and him next to each other and we telling our story, who you think the crowd gonna look at and be like, oh, if he's sitting here with something he established after losing so much. I didn't lose much, and I built this.
Yeah.
They're going to look, the crowd going to be like, oh, I need to talk to him, because he did this without a mom, without a dad, without a grandma.
Yeah.
So that's why I try
it's
to
almost
remind
like you had
people,
to do more, you know what I mean?
Exactly. And it's like when you do more, you put yourself up from a deeper hole, you get way more respect, you get a lot of impact. That's why I do this. That's why I do what I do.
So you think women should be healed? I
feel like women should be healed.
That's
I do.
scary,
I feel like therapy is like, people run away from therapy because they like, I don't want nobody to know my business. I'm gonna be real. Like, I'm about to start going to therapy. It ain't really much wrong with me, but I just want to make sure that I'm being the person that I want other people to be to me.
Yeah.
And subconsciously, some stuff, it just happened that way, and you don't mean to do it and stuff like that. So I just want to get more in tune with myself.
I think every person should go to therapy.
Yes.
Except for me. They gonna tell me I'm crazy as hell.
Man. The men don't never think they need therapy, child. But I'm gonna tell you this. I think I know some men that need some therapy. I feel like everybody should experience therapy. How about that? You may not, be able to use it.
They're gonna lock my ass up.
That's when you shouldn't go to therapy.
That's what I'm saying. All right, hold on. We go. Yeah, no, I've thought about therapy before, but I don't know. I think I've been through too much shit. I think I've already handled it. I already got it good.
That's what a lot of people think.
Yeah.
Think you handled it. But that's why the girls screaming independency, because
not for me. They love me.
No, I'm just saying, like, people who think they handle something. When you think you handle something,
true.
You start to like look at everybody else like, I got this. When no, you don't.
What is an independent man? Is that even a thing?
I was about to say, I feel like when it come down to men, first of all, my dude always tell me, like, it's different and it's harder out here for the men, because off rip, guess what? When you have a son, what you telling him? Don't cry. You a boy, right? And then when it's time for them to, like, let's just say you got a teenage son, what they gotta do? Go take out that trash. Go do this. They gotta do everything by themselves. Why? Because you are grooming them to be masculine men. I don't see no wrong in that. Exactly. So I feel like it's just a man. It's not no independent man, because it's independency and masculinity.
So if that is true, isn't when a woman saying she's independent, she's saying she a man?
She's saying she has masculine characteristics.
She a man. you a whole dude. Your name Brian now.
Brianna to Brian. We could say that. It ain't Brianna no more. It's Brian. I mean, I feel like it's just a weird statement. Like, it's not a flex.
Yeah.
It's not a flex to me to be independent. But like I said, if you are by yourself and you are doing it by yourself, and whatever you do, your business, your relationship, whatever, a mom, you are strong for sure. But does that mean that you are like, if it was flipped, if it was like, what makes you independent, it wouldn't be being a strong woman. No, I wouldn't say that.
Can you be a strong woman and have a soft life?
Yeah, I think so.
How?
Well, what's your definition of soft life?
For me?
Like, no, it's me answering as a woman. What would a soft life be for me?
You tell me. I know what my definition is, but it's based off what I heard women say. Okay. It seems like a soft life is when your partner fully takes care of you.
Okay.
You don't have any bills. You don't have any responsibilities.
Okay.
Like monetary wise, everything's taken care of. Housewife, maybe. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm gonna put it like this. I think strength equates to like things that, in a life aspect, it equates to things that you have been through and you've gotten through.
Okay.
So when you say being a strong woman, mentally, I'm a strong woman. And even if I had somebody that was giving me that soft life, or if that's my life right now, I'm still strong because I made it here to be able to even receive all of this. Like, you feel like I'm worthy enough to give me everything that I want. I built myself up to be that girl because just 2 years ago, I probably didn't even deserve half of the stuff that I get right now. So I feel like when you talk strength, or when you talk being a strong woman, you got to go back to the root of what is everybody's definition of a strong woman. For me, it's me making it here. Like, I done made it far.
You got the bars. See, I can't fuck with you. Usually, I mean, I give people talk shit. You be really spitting. Okay.
Definitely. I'm just saying, like, I have a story that is like, I go through life based off of like faith. Yeah. And I make sure I never forget my story. So when you ask me that, it just reminded me of like, why do I feel like I'm strong? Because I done been through some shit.
Can you be independent and have a soft life?
You can't, because it's contradicting.
Right.
If I'm independent, I'm telling you I don't need you. So if you are giving me that soft life, you are literally, you green at that point. Like, you giving me something, I'm telling you I don't want it. So now that gets in between, your dating life. If you want to be independent, you just need to be by yourself until you are ready to be a team player, because I feel like that's just how life is built. Like, you have to have people around. Like, you think about, I went to a fashion show. And when I tell you, I didn't realize that they got people that come up and tell you about the time. They got people that they turn in the slideshow. They got people that they telling you how much time on the runway. Yeah. They got people that's telling the bar this. Like, everything is ran by everybody else. How the hell could you be everywhere in that fashion show if you are the CEO? It was Milano Fashion Show. Like, I'm like, damn, she got this shit decked out with a team. Like, she don't gotta do nothing but be here. I seen when people come up and they time check.
So women, if you just look at the world, if you look at business, if you look at the type of things I hear women say they want, you need other people.
You do.
See, this is what I always think, right? This is what I was taught. Interdependence. We need each other. Like, I shouldn't be independent. You should be independent. Right. We need each other.
It's a perfect situation.
I couldn't even come on this camera and talk about myself.
Right.
I mean, I could.
You could.
But it ain't going to be as good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nobody don't want to hear me talk all the time.
I agree. I feel like women and men, like the women and men, a woman and a man's connection to me is like, it can create something powerful. Like, I've seen women and men like build empires together. Yeah. But then, when it comes to the point where it's actually an empire, now the woman gets the opportunity to just relax, because the man, he got it now. He's outsourcing and getting the resources and keeping it, afloat. But it may be certain things like your girl credit. Like, you might need to use her credit to get you, get the business. Something. Yeah. Get you a fleet of cars. Like, it might be, you're going to need a woman. Like, and I feel like the men understand that. But it's like the women.
That's what we do every day of our life. Is try to get one. You know what I'm saying?
The women like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this. You don't have to do that.
You know what? I think it's because they already got us. Or they think they did. Because a lot of women don't understand. They think they're independent, or they think they can just go get a man at any point in time. And I think that drives it too, because it's like, oh, well, whenever I don't want to be independent, I just go get a nigga because I'm a girl. I got pussy, right? But there's 3 types of women to men. I'm going to say this shit every podcast till everybody knows, because I want this shit to be known.
Let me hear it.
I'll fuck you. I'll fuck with you. I'll marry you. We know exactly who you are the minute we speak to you. And there's a lot of things, like a lot of times, like, you can have a beautiful woman and they'll speak. And then it's like, I'll fuck you. It used to be, I'll fuck with you.
Went from
I'll fuck you. You don't need me for anything?
Yeah.
I'll fuck you.
And see, okay, so that's the thing though. You said once they open their mouth, it's like, I'm gonna change my mind. You know what's crazy? Women focus so much on being independent that they don't even build within to even have that leverage to even say they want to be independent. Like, how can you operate in this world when you open your mouth, somebody like, oh, she cute, but she ain't got it all. So that's like, exactly. Women should focus on how can I build myself up to even be able to, say that this is what I want. Because that's the thing. You can't just because we women, I know we got vaginas, but just because we women don't mean that you can just walk up to a man and say, I think you should be my man, and that just should be that.
Exactly. That ain't gonna work.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta come with it. So it's like, I feel like women have been trained too to like, I'm a woman, but I still feel like women have been trained to feel like they don't have to do much to get what they want. And I go against that because I had to do a lot to get to what I want, where I'm at, all of that. Like,
it's work.
Exactly. So, and I had to do a lot of inner work. A lot of work that I've done, people didn't see. You can't see when I'm doing my inner work. You can't see when I'm reading. You can't see when I'm meditating. You can't see when I'm getting right with God. You can't see that. So it's like, once I do that, I actually have more of a say-so over what I do want. A lot of women don't. They scream independence because they can't even attract what they feel like they deserve. Like, they feel like, oh, I want a man to be doing this.
Did you listen to Kevin Samuels?
Attract it. I watched some videos.
Oh, we got one, guys.
I watched some videos.
We got one. She's a good one. That's some real shit though. Like, I don't hear a lot of women speaking that way.
Yeah.
It's very accountable.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you make a mistake, you made a mistake, but you can fix it.
Yeah.
The problem with the non-accountability part is I can't even tell you made a mistake so you can fix it.
Exactly. I agree. And that's the part. Like, that's the inner work. Because since I've been working on myself, like, really intentional lately, anything anybody tell me, I will look at it and see, can I fix that?
Yeah.
But 90 days ago, don't tell me nothing. Because I feel like I got enough shit on my plate. But now, since I've been intentional and I want to grow and I want to be better, I feel like I'm more receptive. And I'm only more receptive because I know the only way to get what I want is to be receptive to the people that's around me that's seeing it from the outside in. I'm seeing it from the inside. I feel myself. I know who I am and what I'm doing. But you got people that they more seasoned. They've been around you longer. They more experienced in life. When they start to, even men, like a lot of women, they don't want to be told nothing. And if you dating like an older man,
he gonna tell you some shit.
And that's gonna be something for real that you can use to grow. And I feel like it's all like it's like it goes back to my original point. Women are feeling like they're not being able to date the man that fits their dream life. But if you want that man, you got to build up within. So now you can magnet. You do have a say so. Now you can say, I don't want you, but I want you. And he will say, okay, come on, like, what's up? Like, because you're of value. But women, they not focused on their value nowadays. They more so like, I look good, my butt
they think
big,
they look good.
I got a little business, I got a little LLC. And I feel like because of that, a man should want me. And it's like, you lack substance. If you lack substance,
you don't even know what a man wants.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why, like, I never really did the independent thing, like bragging about it. Of course, we know there are all times when I'm independent.
You're gonna have to be sometimes.
Exactly. But it's like, I ain't about to be on Instagram like, oh, I'm independent. Fuck a nigga. No, I'm not.
Why do you think these artists and shit like Beyonce, and no offense to Beyonce, I love you, Beyonce and all Beyonce fans. No offense to that. But Beyonce, who was it? Sierra. They're promoting women being independent and alone when they have happy marriages and shit.
Right? That's crazy. I just seen the video of Sierra and she was dancing to her song and somebody said her saying you don't need a man standing in her man's mansion is crazy. It was something
crazy as hell. I would have kicked her out for 2 days.
That's why I blame it on the industry or the entertainment industry because it's like, double life. City girls, same thing. They gonna tell you F a nigga, all of that.
And she's sick right now.
I'm talking about Uzi is her life. So it's like
And the other one.
And the other one.
And the other one, right? Too. Sick.
So it's just like, when it comes down to that, like, y'all are whipped.
Imagine what she think at night. When she lay down, she got all this money.
Double life.
She got to sit there, and the dude who she held a sign up for and supported so much is thinking about the nursery of another woman's child.
That comes with, I'm gonna be honest. That comes with knowing your worth, self-worth. Like at the end of the day, you got to know what you're going to put up with and what you're not. A lot of women go into stuff and they don't state their non-negotiables. I actually learned that from Erica because when I met Erica, she like, what are your non-negotiables? I'm like, I don't even know what the hell, in what? Like, what are you talking about? She like, you need to have stuff that under no circumstances it cannot get past you. Like, it can't happen, and if it's gonna happen, that can't happen.
Yeah.
So I feel like a lot of women, because they are, we dating and we're trying to get that one that we can marry. We try to like accept certain things that we know we shouldn't even be accepting. Well, that's where the boundaries come in and your non-negotiables. Like, I like, just for somebody, they may feel like, I don't want to date a man with a kid.
Yeah.
If you feel like that, stand on it, because it's a reason you feel like it. But you got some women, they will go against how they feel because they don't hold themselves to a high value, because why, they didn't do no inner work. So now you're feeling like, I got to compromise what I want because I'm not even all of who I need to be. Why, when you can build yourself up to being who you need to be so you can have full control over what it is that you want out of in your life. Now, of course, you ain't going to have full, but
the problem is, because what you're saying is beautiful and I love it. The problem is that women's past matters.
Well, I mean, I can agree.
Some things you can't.
It matters in what case, though?
Promiscuity, especially. We had a conversation. We're just talking about people we know, and it's right there in the same circle. So just think about if I wanted to date somebody.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Not only that, like
I can.
That's a big one right there. We can really stop right there because
it is. But we ain't gonna stop right there because I still feel like
what?
I don't know. Like, I still feel like for me, like, when it comes to what I believe in, first and foremost, God is my creator, and I feel like everybody deserves grace. Everybody deserves a second chance to be a better person. And I feel like,
but not if I gotta invest in you.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
I need to know what's the worst of the worst then, because it's just like everybody got a pass. You got one.
I got one.
So it's like, just because of my past, what that mean? I might not be her today, because I'm going to be real with you.
You might not, but it still can affect other things. Like, okay, you might not be that person today. That don't mean all the consequences from the things that you've done have caught up to you yet.
Right.
Well, even though you might have done the work, you might have changed, you might have did everything you needed to do.
Well, yeah, that comes down with preference. Because as a man, you actually can decide. That's why they say dating is important. Like, testing things out. I do that in my business. I don't just start my employees. I have to do a trial run, because I gotta make sure we gonna rock this thing on out. So I feel like that's where the dating come in. A lot of people, they have like just stopped dating and just start getting right into relationships, or just like getting into exclusive stuff, and they didn't even date to learn the other person. So I feel like men could have a preference, because like in my situation, yeah, like, come on now. It's, when you think about it, it's like, do you want to put up with this? I built myself up to be that woman that made it worth it. Some women, they are not.
You see the difference?
Exactly. So if they haven't done that inner work to be worth, then I wouldn't recommend it either.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because think about what comes with promiscuity, right? Most of the time, multiple kids. And I think you said this to me. We don't see a lot of rich dudes taking care of multiple other people's kids. Maybe one, two, maybe. You know what I mean? But even so, most of the time, it ain't even that.
Exactly, because it's hard to live it's hard to be a high valued man with 10 different baby mamas. And remember, I said, like, just because you famous don't mean you high value.
Exactly. And then think about this, right? So those women who are healed, right? They want the men who we talking about. But then they kind of be like, well, why can't I get that? If I healed, I've done the work. It's because I think, unfortunately, you had to have been perfect all the way up. Because that man had to work a long time to get where he's at. Like, I'm about to be 30 in April. I'm not expected to be where I'm supposed to be. More than likely, the dudes we talking about, 35, 40, the older dudes. You know what I'm saying? If if I had to work for 10, 20 years,
Mm-hmm.
you just knew 3 years ago.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So most of the time, I think that's another reason they get left off too. But that doesn't mean don't do the work.
Yeah, I definitely doing the inner work, like you gotta I'm faith based. So like everything is,
Okay.
is about faith for me. So even if like let's just say, when I met my dude and my
Mhm.
baby, she was 3 months, if he said like, nah, you cool,
You're a
but
real
I
one, bro.
can't really definitely a real one. I
Yeah.
can't really rock with that because that's a non-negotiable. If that was his non-negotiable, I have to respect that.
Yeah.
And because I operate off faith, I know God ain't gonna leave me out here with nobody. So it just come down to it where I'm just doing my inner work
Yeah.
until somebody is sent. Like,
Well, see, but that's where you even respect a man's non-negotiables?
yeah, some women don't.
Some.
Some women,
If I say I don't like fat women,
yeah, now you the bad guy.
Lizzo about to come punch me in the face.
You the bad guy for
The
sure.
bad guy, right? If you say I don't want a woman with kids,
You the bad guy.
you're the bad guy. But see, even you thinking, I think, all right, bet. You know how you said you became that woman?
Mm-hmm.
Even you being like, okay, well, I understand that this might not make me suitable for everybody. I need to do more work
Mm-hmm.
in order to be suitable because
Mhm.
you understand that might be a thing that's taking off.
Right.
And you got a nigga in 3 months. You ain't even had the baby. That's amazing results.
You know what? You know what? No. My baby was 3 months.
Oh, your baby was 3 months?
Yeah, my baby was 3 months. So she was here.
Oh, shit. That's even harder.
She was here. So he came in and it was
Facts.
like that.
That's even more work.
So, I mean,
That's some Olympic shit.
yeah, I was like, dang, God, like you came
That's
in
what's up.
hot. So I feel like, but to your point of, women, it's a society thing. Like, cause I've seen a post about Lizzo and people saying like, I don't know why y'all are making her feel like it is okay to be that big, because not because of her appearance,
Yeah.
but because if you're that big, there is something else
You're
going
not
on
healthy.
in your diet.
Yeah.
So y'all are so busy trying to self-love and all of that her to death and support her, love her in the skin that she's in,
Mhm.
but y'all are not trying to help her feel better, be more healthy on the inside, things that y'all know is going to actually keep her in the flesh. So it's like the industry though, they look at it's like an attack towards women. And I don't understand that either. A lot of people
real
think
shit.
that everybody's against women. And for me, like when I'm on the shade room and I'm looking at stuff, I don't comment on their stuff no more because I have a different mindset than a lot of these women out here. Like I still do, feel like, yes, we need to be catered to. Yes, we need to be, taken care of a little bit, but I still need to say so in what I'm having going on in my life because I need to know that I'm being obedient. It's not all about, obedient to God. It's not about me being a housewife and just staying home. If I feel that God is saying, girl, get up and go and do something, like go do something with your life, I'm gonna do that. So I feel like a lot of females, they like, no, I was taught that women should have this and men should do this. And just like you said, it's something that is taught. Women are told they can have whatever they want. Everybody is told that. But
shit, I wasn't told that.
I mean, I feel like that's something that they teach you when you in primary school. Like
They
you
don't
can
tell
go
little
for
boys
the
that.
stars.
They don't tell little boys that.
I'm sorry, but I think they do.
Nope. They don't tell us that.
They
You know what they tell
do.
us? Pick up that truck. Fucking construction worker.
Nah, they tell the babies you can have the kids, you can have what you want as long as you.
They tell us to give women everything they want. That's what they teach us.
Well, look,
Ain't nothing wrong with that, huh?
I mean, hey,
I'm
as long
playing.
as the women playing their part, but yeah, just to touch back on, because the original question of all of this was, as far as a woman being independent,
yes,
does that make her a strong woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So just to kind of go back to that, like I really do feel like it doesn't make her, like, you don't have to be independent. And I said this earlier, but you just don't have to be independent to be strong. I think it's what you have been through, the hurdles that you have gotten over, the obstacles that you have been through that makes you a strong person.
I think the strongest women are the interdependent women.
Yeah.
With families.
Exactly.
Because I think that's a harder job than to get up and go to work every day for another man,
Yeah.
a white man probably,
Yep.
then to stress yourself out over bills, then to have a kid anyway and not have nobody help you with them.
Yeah.
I think you have to be, it's a harder job than to work with somebody to achieve a goal.
Yes.
Whether you're in business, relationships, or anything.
That's kind of how I rock. I love like I'm telling you, hiring a team, it has even helped me be better in my relationship and being a better mom.
Yeah.
Because I don't have to like be everywhere, and my team, they gonna hold it down. So as long as I'm doing my part, you know, I'm like, independent is cool, but I'm independent in another area. I'm already independent in the fact that this is my vision. That's independent. That's the only independency I really need. This is my vision. So now I'm putting everybody else in place to help me birth this vision.
Big facts.
But the independence is not gonna be me doing everything. We ain't doing that, cause no. And then in a relationship, who's gonna take out the trash? Not me.
Not with those nails, huh?
Not me. I ain't taking out no trash. If I get some boxes from Amazon, I ain't breaking them down. I'm not doing that either. I'm just not doing it. If I need to change the shower curtain, I'm not doing it.
And if you screaming you independent, don't ask me to break no boxes down. I'm not doing shit.
Exactly. So I just,
And you paid for the Amazon too.
Hello.
Because you independent. Good.
Swipe your card. Yeah. And that's what it just all comes down. It might not be daddy issues. It might not even be, you know, I was playing around earlier. It might I wasn't playing, but I just say that to say, like, it could be daddy issues. It could be the fact that, you know, you're past, but it can also be that you are just resisting being a better you. You just don't want to be better.
Tell them one more time. Hit them with that one more time that they heard you.
It might be that you are resisting to be a better you.
Come on now.
So now you just resistant at that point.
I love y'all feminine women.
Right?
So much.
Because we make the world go round.
Yeah, y'all do. Yeah, for real. Literally. We wouldn't like, we doing all, as men, I know we get like a bad rap and there's a lot of predators.
Yeah.
But we pray against each other too. Yeah. But who do we love? We love y'all so much.
Yeah, women. Hey, we good people to love, and we will push. Like, I feel like with men, like in a relationship, I don't know. Like, I don't let my dude just go through his day and have a down day all day. Like, messing around with me, you gonna be laughing by 10 o'clock if you was having a bad day at 9:30. Because I just look at the brighter side of things. Sometimes men too, because y'all hold everything, like y'all have the weight of the world on y'all shoulder just because y'all are expected to do everything that is hard. If you think about it, taking the trash out, to me, like, I'm not walking nowhere. That's considered hard to me. I don't want to do it. Lifting stuff, that's hard. That's heavy. I don't want to do it. So it's like when you go further and further and look at all of the things that y'all are expected to do, it is all the hard stuff. We get the easy stuff. We get the, you know, like, we get to nurture the baby, but then we looking at the man to buy everything for the baby. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the things that y'all are paying, like the image that is painted when it comes to being a man, y'all already have it out here hard, because on the flip side of y'all having the expectations harder, y'all don't get, like, a lot of people don't cut men slack just because they're men.
No, we don't even cut each other slack.
Exactly. So women, we get away with more than men. So it's like, at the end of the day, I understand that. And I know that, you know, when my dude, we on the phone, if he having a bad day, I'm like, yeah, I could speak life into you, because I don't have life that hard.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm working and all that, but just me being a woman, I'm going to be honest, my audience being women, I get paid quicker than a man, and it's less risk for me. You think about what a man got to do to get a lot of money. First and foremost, of course, you can do like other stuff like entrepreneurship and all of that. That takes time. But what do men resort to? Because time don't wait on men.
So
they resort to doing the
war
fast stuff.
Or drugs. Yeah.
Exactly. So they revert into doing fast stuff, robbing, doing all of that, selling drugs, whatever they can do, because people got you got your back against the wall and people expecting you to show up. So because I understand that, I have a father who he's been in jail, in and out of jail, in and out of prison, only not because he was selling drugs to do anything for himself. He was doing what he had to do to take care of his siblings, to make sure his mom was good, to make sure his friends were good. So he took that sacrifice from small, like younger. He was out in the streets trying to make it all come together for his mom, because his mom have like about, I think she had, my grandma had 8 kids. He's the oldest. My dad is the oldest. So from jump, he already had to figure out how he gonna feed everybody.
Damn.
That's how he kept going to prison. It ain't cause he wanted no Air Force Ones.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So I just feel like men, they do have it hard. Now, do I give them an excuse to not do what they got to do? Hell
no. Because we expected to, we got it hard, but so what?
Exactly.
The reward is
it's
a lot
just
greater.
Being that shoulder to lean on. And that's why I don't care to scream independence, because I feel like my personality and my character and the type of woman I am, like my dude, he needs me as much as I need him on the masculinity side. He needs my comfort.
Facts. Damn.
You see what I'm saying? So
listen,
tell the girls to stop screaming the independence. It's not.
Hey, be a feminine, soft woman.
Yes.
If you want a 6-figure business.
Yes.
If you want a man.
Yes.
If you want to have a family, you might need to listen to a woman who has all those things. Yes. No, that's the only thing I'm saying. Don't listen to me. Fuck what Sean got to say. Y'all tell me to shut up. You know what I'm saying? So fuck with me. I got to say. You might want to listen to one who got it. But go ahead. Let them. Well, I'm going to put all your Instagram and everything down there below. Do you have anything you about to drop? Anything you selling?
I'll just say for you guys to stay connected with me. These are things that I talk about on the regular. My Instagram, of course, he's gonna put it, but MONAE Business Co. But to get even more connected with me, feel free to text Elevate ELEVATE to 404-737-1874. And that's my line. So
facts.
Get connected somehow now, because we got some inner work to do so we can get those outer results, okay? And it's not just like, it starts in inside. To grow your business, you gotta build within.
Shut up! Shut up!